What is up, guys? Great win for the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. They played the Golden State Warriors and won 118 to 106. They were trailing at halftime. It looked like another sluggish start. But the Stars picked it up tonight. The two stars, Embiid and Harden, played very, very well, and they got the win. Let me pull up some stats for you here real quick so you guys can see what happened. Because I know you guys want to see it. But Embiid with a nice 34-point margin of victory here. Is it going to actually let me do anything? Here we go. Share screen. Sorry, guys. But yeah, here we go. PJ Tucker was 7 points tonight. Okay. Do I still want Doc fired? Yes. I still hate Doc Rivers. But D'Anthony Melton too. Shout out to my guy in a TikTok stream. We're live on YouTube and TikTok right now. Shout out to him. Yeah, Melton had 17 tonight. 3 for 8 from 3, 7 from 14 from the field, 9 total rebounds as well, and 7 assists. So great game for him too. These guys are starting to gel a little bit. You're starting to see a little bit of a gelling action here with these guys. This team is playing better each night. And I'm really excited to see what happens once Maxey is back on this team and see how they can play. D'Anthony Melton is really starting to pick it up. And it's getting to a point where, okay, Maxey comes back. What do you do with Melton? Do you keep Melton in the starting lineup and have Maxey come off the bench? Because I might do that. Or do you have Melton be the small forward, which I'm not. He's probably a little too small. He's too small to play small forward. That's the thing. But that could be. It could be a very interesting rotation once that happens. Maybe they go small ball here and there. But these guys are playing really well right now and starting to play better. I mean, I wouldn't say the Warriors are trash. You're missing Steph Curry right now. And it actually multiple injuries. He didn't have Draymond either. So that's another thing. Like, this isn't like, oh, we're going to win the championship after this win. That's not what I'm trying to say whatsoever. But these guys are starting to gel a little bit together. And they're just playing better. The one thing is, Embiid 6 turnovers tonight. That's a decent amount of turnovers. But besides that, Embiid had a really good game. 34 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Like, this guy just does it every single night. He does it every single night. And it's impressive every single night watching him out there do his thing. Joel Embiid, in my opinion, is the best player in the NBA. I get it. Jokic. Jokic is a great player, but I'll take Embiid over him any night. I just think Embiid's more dominant. I think you put them head to head, Embiid will destroy him. And we've seen it a couple times. Embiid's destroyed him. But I think Embiid's a better defender. I think all around Embiid's a better player. Yeah, Jokic is a better passer. I'll give him that. But scoring-wise, Embiid's better. Defensive-wise, Embiid's better. I'm biased. I'll say there's not a ton of things that I'm completely biased on in Philadelphia sports or in sports in general. But Joel Embiid is one where I am 100% biased. Embiid is maybe the best basketball player I've ever seen play for the 76ers in my lifetime. Now, there's not a ton of guys I've seen that have been real good. But I've heard it from numerous people. Like, my uncles who watched Wilt Chamberlain play say Embiid's a better player. Like, Joel Embiid is that guy. He is dominant in every single aspect of the game. That's what's so scary. Yeah, Wilt was an absolute force. There's no denying that. Wilt couldn't shoot. Embiid can do literally everything on the court. Anything you ask him to do. You want him to defend, he'll defend. You want him to shoot, he'll shoot. You want him to pass, he can shoot. Or he can pass. You want him to steal the ball, he'll steal the ball. You want him to block the ball, he'll block the ball. I truly think that's how good Joel Embiid is. I think you can put Joel Embiid one-on-one with pretty much any NBA player of all time, and he'll beat them. That's how confident I am with Joel Embiid. And it sounds crazy. It does. But you can't tell me Shaq athletically could keep up with him. He could probably body him down low a little bit, but I think with Embiid's three ball, I mean, he's one of the best 3-point shooting bigs we've ever seen as well. He's the Scott Kingery. He might. Scott Kingery, all 5'7" Scott Kingery, I think he would destroy Embiid. No, but Embiid is just he's just an athletic freak in nature. He does it every single way. And really, we haven't seen too many free throw shooters as good as Embiid at that big man position. At his size, too. Like, I mean, obviously there's been these 6'10" swing guys who are good, but they're not Joel Embiid. So, but yeah, James Harden, he's starting to come out a little bit. He's starting to be a little bit more what he was before that injury. 27 points tonight. What do you have? 9 assists, 5 rebounds. Pretty good night from James Harden. I got to the free throw line 9 times. 4 turnovers. So maybe the turnovers need to come down a little bit. 15 turnovers, but they had less turnovers than the other team. So there's always that. But yeah, I mean, everybody pretty much played well. George Niang had an off night, but it seemed like he had a couple big threes, even though he went 2 for 8, which really is not great. And it's funny because I watched the whole game, didn't even realize it was that bad. So, Shake Milton seemed pretty good out there when I saw him play. 11 points. Matisse Thybulle gave you 3 points in 21 minutes. Not really too much. A block, a steal, 2 rebounds. Like, Thybulle frustrates me. He really does. Having him and Tucker out there at the same time, that's what frustrates me the most. Tucker and Thybulle don't belong on the floor together. They're too similar. They're around the same type player. Tucker might be able to shoot a little bit better than him, but they both just can't score. They can't score. They're good defenders. They're okay rebounders, but they don't mesh together at all. So I don't know why they really went after Tucker. I guess it's a toughness thing, but Tucker really hasn't impressed me too much. He's played well over the last couple games, but I guess we really brought him in here for playoffs more than anything. But yeah. Yeah, the Warriors are really missing Curry. They really are missing Curry. And I mean, it's not just Curry, it's Draymond wasn't playing tonight either. Like, when you start to add on some of these injuries, I'm not sure how much Iguodala does anymore for them, but Iguodala wasn't out there. You add on some of these players that are hurt. It's a big loss for some of these guys. But Melton, man, Melton is really coming along. You know who Melton reminds me a little bit of? And maybe it was just it was before his time with the Sixers. He just didn't have the right role. Josh Richardson. I liked him. I liked Jay Rich a lot when he was here. Thought he was a pretty good player. Obviously, he wasn't the star that we traded Jimmy Butler for him. So obviously he wasn't the star that we traded him for. But he was never going to be that star. They kind of just got something for Jimmy Butler to get something for Jimmy Butler. But if Melton can become that 17 that 15 to 25 point a night scorer for the Sixers, That's something you definitely need in that starting lineup or on the bench. Because when Maxey comes back, Melton's either going to the bench or Maxey's going to come off the bench. Either one. You're not going to start all of them in the starting lineup because you just can't. There's too many guards. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, TikTok. We're live on my YouTube. If you want to come on through over there, we're going through some of these stats from the game. It was a good game. It was a really good game to watch. It was up and down, back to scoring both sides, star players getting involved. Jordan Poole was the biggest scorer for the Warriors tonight. Jordan Poole is a good player. He really is. He's a good player. DiVincenzo, he was, I think, with the first quarter, he either made 4 or 5 threes in the first quarter alone, and I'm like, oh my, here comes the Villanova product killing us in our own arena. Seems to always happen. The Villanova products come and bite us in the butt every time. But yeah, I mean, DiVincenzo 17, 10, and 6. That's a good game for him. Even Kevin Looney, I don't know how you say his name. 14, 11, and 9 tonight, and 2 steals and 2 blocks. Good game from him, even though he was in -4 out there. Kevin Looney played a really good game. I mean, the defense on Joel Embiid wasn't great, but it's Joel Embiid. Like, what are you gonna do? It's Joel Embiid. I keep saying that, like, it's Joel Embiid. You can't defend the guy. You keep trying to come up with ways to defend him. You just can't. It's almost. I mean, I don't want to compare him to Jalen Hurts because they're completely different, like completely different sports, completely different players. But Jalen Hurts has the ability to run, pass, hand it off. Embiid has the ability to shoot it from 3, go down low and score, or pass it. It's kind of the same thing in a sense. It sounds weird, but the ways that they can score in multiple different ways, it's dynamic. I think that's more what it is dynamic. Jalen Hurts may not be great at one thing, but he's dynamic where he's good enough to do it at all 3. And that's exactly what Joel Embiid is. Except Joel Embiid is dominant at every single aspect of the game. I mean, Joel Embiid just impresses me every single night. He just does things that wow me every single night. And I've been watching him for what, 5 years now? Has it been 5 years? Or is it 6? 2017 he made his debut? Or was it before that? It was 2016. When did he get drafted? He got drafted in 2014. 2016 may have been his first year. But Joel Embiid's like, I don't want to say he's a player that made me fall in love with basketball, but once I started watching Joel Embiid, I'm like, this is the team I want. This is the team I could finally watch every single night. Like, I watch the Process Sixers every now and then, but like, nobody really watched that team. All I want is a finals win for this team. I want an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. That's what I would like. I would like to get past that second round at this point. And I'm still not sure if this team is ready to do that. We'll see down the line if they are or not. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing from this team lately. I still don't trust Doc Rivers. I think they should get rid of Doc Rivers as soon as possible. But yeah, it's wrong thing. Whatever. But yeah, they need to figure something out here. Maybe we can get some people in here. We might be able to do that. Let me show this link instead. This link. Let's see. Delete. There we go. Try and share this out to more people. Are there really fans that want to trade Embiid? So, you can't trade Embiid. Like, unless you get a boatload. Like, you trade Embiid, you're trading not only Embiid, you're trading Harden. You're building around Maxey at that point. You're trading PJ Tucker. You are starting over at that point, building around Maxey. I guess you're getting all the picks possible and trying to build that way, which is just dumb. They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. So they're not trading Joel Embiid. It doesn't make sense at all. You don't trade the best player in basketball. You just don't. It doesn't happen. But yeah, I mean, was a good game. We'll try to do more of these post games more often. I got a studio down in my house now, so I don't have to drive all the way to do one. So I can do more of these like this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I was trying to see if there's anything else I gotta add here. I mean, 8 steals, 6 blocks again for the Sixers. Or no, what was it? 11 steals, 5 blocks for the Sixers. All right, a lot of steals, decent amount of blocks. Interesting that they had only 23 assists tonight, and the Warriors had 31, so they had less assists tonight than they usually do. But Thibault didn't have an assist, or PJ Tucker didn't have an assist, and there was only 3 assists from the bench. So it's James Harden creating everything for Joel Embiid, pretty much. But great game tonight. Let's go Sixers. Cahtah hot.